Planning for a new laptop? You gotta check this one out. This is Motorola's first premium laptop, the Motobook 60 Pro. And after using it as my daily laptop for the past few weeks, it definitely checked all my boxes and even exceeded my expectations. But it's not perfect. There are a few things you should know before buying this laptop, which others probably won't tell you. So in this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know about this Motobook 60 Pro. And the price at which I got this will definitely shock you, so stick till the end to find out. Long story short, I was looking for an upgrade from my old laptop, which is a Honor Magic 14, which has a AMD Ryzen 5 6-core CPU. It served me well for 3 years but was trying hard to catch up as my work got more demanding. So after a lot of searching, I finally bought this new Motobook. The one which I have is the Motobook 60 Pro Core Ultra 5 variant in this stunning Wedgwood blue color. In the box you get the laptop and a 65-watt USB charger. The first thing that caught my attention was the build quality. The Motobook 60 Pro has an all-metal chassis with both the top and bottom made of aluminum that feels sturdy and premium, yet it just weighs around 1.4 kgs. With rounded corners, it is easy to carry around. The hinge is also well balanced with minimal screen wobble, and you can even open the lid with one finger, which is a small detail but adds to the premium feel. The rubber foot is slightly larger for better heat dissipation. The hinge goes all the way up to 170 degrees, and the anodized aluminum body does not catch fingerprints. The display is easily my favorite part of this laptop. You get a cinema-compliant 14-inch 2.8K OLED panel with a smooth 120Hz refresh rate, incredibly vibrant colors, deep blacks, and an excellent sharpness. Just check the difference when compared to an IPS panel. The brightness is typically 500 nits with a peak of up to 1100 nits. The display also supports up to 8K video. Whether you're watching movies, editing videos, or simply browsing the web, everything looks fantastic. The 16:10 aspect ratio gives better room for productivity and made editing in Premiere Pro more manageable. The only downside of an OLED panel is that it's highly reflective and you need to keep adjusting for any light glares. Under the hood is Intel's latest Core Ultra 5 225H Gen 2 processor, which has a whopping 14 cores and 14 threads, with 4 performance cores that clock up to 4.9 GHz, 8 efficiency cores and 2 low power efficiency cores, coupled with 16GB DDR5 RAM and half a terabyte of Gen 4 SSD. Sailing through Chrome tabs feels like a breeze, and that's not even warm up for the laptop. It also has integrated Intel Arc 130T GPU for those graphics-heavy tasks like video rendering and gaming. Also an AI NPU for local AI applications. For my workload, which includes video editing, CAD design, writing scripts, gaming, Chrome with multiple tabs, and running several applications simultaneously, it handled everything without any noticeable lag. Coming to the ports, on the left you get full-size HDMI port, 2 USB-C 3.2 ports which support Power Delivery 3 and DisplayPort, and a 3.5mm audio input. On the right you have 2 USB-A ports, a micro SD card slot, and a power button. The keyboard feels premium with minimal travel and a bright backlight with 2 levels of brightness and also an auto mode. The trackpad is very large and smooth with multi-touch and precise movement. You get gesture control and also palm projection. It has a 1080p Full HD webcam with an IR sensor for facial recognition and also a privacy shutter. You get front-facing speakers which are loud and clear, good enough for movies, video calls, or YouTube. The battery capacity is 60 Wh, which is decent for a thin and light laptop. It gives roughly 5 hours of backup on an average, with up to 7 hours on light use like writing or browsing the internet, and about 3 to 4 hours on heavy usage like editing, coding, or designing. I also tried gaming on the laptop and it handled a heavy game like GTA 5 really well without any lag or glitches at medium settings. Also, don't forget to install the Intel Arc graphics driver as it didn't came pre-installed in my case. The OLED display made gaming a visual treat. The Intel Arc GPU though was at full throttle and ate battery very fast. For gaming it probably would last for an hour or two, so better play it plugged in. Although my primary purpose is for productivity tasks like video editing and CAD design, which it does handle really well compared to my old laptop, it was definitely worth the upgrade. Talking about customer support, Moto and Lenovo are more or less the same company now, so this laptop will be serviceable at any of Lenovo's service centers. There are a few features worth mentioning like the NPU which supports AI tasks locally, new Copilot button which replaces the right control key, a clean Windows OS without any bloatware, and Windows Hello Face Unlock, which works surprisingly well. You can also connect your Motorola smartphone via the Smart Connect app to transfer files, use phone as a webcam, and also control the phone with your laptop. So overall, I like the design, build quality, the display of course, and the processor and its performance. It is one of those machines which is tough to criticize, especially at this price point of under 60k. It does have its set of drawbacks, like the OLED panel is quite reflective and you can see a lot of glares. An anti-reflective coating could have helped definitely. Another thing I've noticed is that there's a significant drop in Wi-Fi speed when the router is placed far away, which in my case it was. I found out that the Motobooks use a cheaper Realtek Wi-Fi card, which many users have complained about having lesser range, and I also tested it with my old laptop and you can see the difference in speed. For routers placed within 10 meters, it works pretty well. The power button is placed on the side and is pressed accidentally while operating ports on the left. Also, the missing right control key, which is now a co-pilot key, makes forgetting a few old shortcuts a bit hard. But these are a few downsides of owning this wonderful machine which does everything really well. So my final verdict is that this is definitely a bang for buck laptop at this price point and is a productivity beast for students, designers, editors, content creators and developers. I'd not say this is for gaming but can handle occasional gaming really well. And yes, the official price for this laptop is 74,000 rupees, but I got this for just 53,000 rupees during a sale on Flipkart. This was definitely a steal deal, as you know hardware prices have gone up recently thanks to AI. You can check the link tagged below in the video description. So this was all about the Motobook 60 Pro, and if you liked the video, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching.